Balance changes are here, and boy, are they good. What is up, guys? My name is Ark, and my brawls are quite simply the best of them all. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not, and without further ado, let's get right on into it. So before we get into the video, guys, I've got a few announcements to make. I have hit 2,000 subscribers on this channel, guys. 2k subs. I can barely believe it myself, and I want to thank each and every one of you for subscribing and for watching me on a daily basis, because without you guys, this channel simply wouldn't exist. It wouldn't be a thing. It is purely down to your support and your continuation of that support that helps just keep this channel thriving. So thank you all so much. The second thing I wanted to say is that we finally hit 6,000 trophies in game, guys. It's been a long time coming. It's been a lot of grinding, but finally we made it, and we are now on the road to 6,500 trophies. Oh, I cannot wait to hit that milestone. And the final thing to announce is that in the month of April, we are doing a giveaway on this channel for the entire month, guys. You will be able to enter in tournaments and in the comments, and get this, there is a grand total to give away of $400, guys. $400 will go to viewers in the month of April, guys. I cannot wait. And a huge shout out to Corey Kira for donating on live stream the other day a grand total of $400, guys. He donated out of his own pocket $400 on live stream. So what I decided to do was to put $100 of that into the giveaway to bring up the total from $300 to $400, and the remaining $300 I have decided to put towards a new PC. As a lot of you are probably aware, during my live streams recently, I am encountering a great deal of lag issues. My laptop is a state-of-the-art, it's an Apple MacBook Pro, guys. I don't know why the CPU is not able to process all the information, but for some reason it is not. And I've come to realize that I really need to increase my setup. So what I've decided to do is to put $300 towards that PC to help keep continuing to create great content for you guys to enjoy. Because without that, this channel is going to suffer, and I do not want to reduce the quality of my content any more than you guys deserve. You guys deserve the best, and I want that quality to be the best. But without further ado, let's get into the balance changes, guys, because they are really good. And I think this will bring back a lot of players who have left the game over the past month, because long-range brawlers are back, guys, and they are back in a huge way. Supercell say, hey brawlers, we've got a big set of balance changes rolling in. Now that we've had some time to analyze the landscape balance, we're making adjustments to the brawlers to fit this new format. Check it out. So going into things then, we've got the camera is a bit further away, giving more visibility, improving long-range brawlers in general, guys. That's going to be really good news for long-range brawlers, guys. And to counterbalance this, what they have done is they have scaled up the brawler models to make them a little bit bigger to account for the new camera setting. So it's not going to feel as though we are further away. We're going to be further away, but the brawlers are going to be bigger. Next up is a huge one, guys. This is my favorite change. All brawler and pet movement speeds are being increased by roughly 11%, making the game feel fast again. Yes, guys, since the last update, the game just felt sluggish. It just did. It didn't feel as exciting or dynamic as it did in portrait mode, guys. Landscape just made the whole thing slower. So this is a brilliant change. It's my favorite change. It's going to bring back that additional fun factor that was missing in the last update. Yes! Next up, we've got all projectile movement speeds have been increased by roughly 9%, giving a slight edge towards long-range brawlers. That's a great change, guys. It means that when you're firing your weapon as Brock or Piper, they're going to be traveling faster, making them harder to dodge. Another change is that the projectile sizes themselves have been increased for Colt, Ricochet, Jesse, Crow, Brock, Piper, Tara, and Spike. This will make it easier for long-range brawlers to hit enemies, guys. So the projectiles themselves are going to be bigger. Brock's bullets are going to be bigger, Colt's, Ricochet's, Jesse's, Crow's, Piper, Tara, and Spike, guys. These are brilliant changes. These are so good, guys. Now, I know what you're all thinking, right? This just sounds really OP. Long-range brawlers are going to dominate the map. Not necessarily. To counteract these changes, they have reduced the main attack range for Brock, Piper, and Ricochet to better fit the screen. So that's kind of a good thing, guys. It means that they're not going to be overpowered in these new changes. Although, having said that, I have tried Piper, and man, is she good. So let's get stuck into some brawler balancing changes then. We've got some changes going on to Mortis. His dash range is going to be increased from 2.33 tiles to 2.67 tiles. A lot of people complained after the last balancing changes to Mortis that his dash was just reduced so much. So this is going to make those people happier and just give that little bit more extra range to Mortis. I'm excited for that change. Next up, we've got a speed buff for Colt's star power going from 50 to 60. That is good. I thought Colt was definitely underpowered in his star power, so that's going to hopefully bring him back into the game. I like that change. So next up, we've got a speed buff for Colt's star power going from 50 to 60. That is great. I felt that his star power was definitely underwhelming, so this will make Colt far easier to dodge shots. I like that change. Next up is a decrease in main attack damage for Bull. This is brilliant, guys, because Bull has been dominating since the last update, going from portrait to landscape. The auto fire has just been dominating on the map. We'll get to that in a bit. Supercell addressed in some really interesting Q&A exactly what they feel about auto aim, so I'll touch on that in a bit. But decreased main attack damage for Bull is going from 440 to 400. Good news. Next up is a decreased main attack damage for Shelly going from 320 to 300. I kind of get this. It's to do with the auto aim and it being so overpowered currently in the game. They're trying to reduce back the shotgunners a little bit. So I'm all down for this change, actually. I like that change. Next up, we've got Bo's mine explosion delay being reduced from 1.3 seconds to 1.15 seconds. Yep, great change. Bo's mines are very easy to trigger and to dodge, so that's a good change as well. There's going to be an increased main attack damage for Brock from 1040 to 1100, and an increased main attack damage for Piper going from 1480 to 1560. So again, favoring the long-ranged brawlers in this new balancing changes. Dynamite and Barley are going to get some special treatment, guys, as their projectile speeds are going to be increased from 9% to 14%. So those new controls are quite difficult for throwers. This should help with that, making those projectiles harder to dodge and easier to throw. Lastly then, we've got Ricochet's bullets are going to bounce farther each time they bounce. Roughly 2 tiles per bounce and a max of 6 bounces. Nice changes, guys. I'm really looking forward to trying all these out. So lastly then, guys, as I'm sure you are all aware, there has been a lot of criticism since the last update. Since the last update, there has been so many things that people have been unhappy with in the game, and Supercell wanted to take this moment to address a lot of these things in a Q&A. So I'm going to read through the whole thing. Listen up. Why did you change the game to landscape when none of the current players on Reddit requested this feature? It seems like you care about new players more than the old ones. And Supercell responded saying, "At Supercell we have extraordinarily high standards for releasing new games. We want any game that we release to be played for years and remembered forever. In this thread, we explained that one of the hurdles we need to overcome before making any decisions about global launch is retention, guys. Especially looking at new players. All of you here on Reddit have beat the odds, so to speak, and have become dedicated brawlers. That's absolutely amazing, and we're very glad that you love the game as much as we do. Unfortunately, there aren't enough of you. In order for us to be really confident in Brawl Stars' success for many years, we need to be sure that more players will overcome that hurdle. The portrait controls were too big of a hurdle for many players, and that's one of the reasons we needed to make a change. We're committed to making Brawl Stars a game that lasts for years, and this is a step in that direction. Why didn't you change the upgrade system? Is this more pay to win? Actually, it isn't. It's slightly more expensive if you want to instantly max everything, but a free player's progress isn't much slower at all. We made the change because the previous system was too complicated and offered more choices that were less meaningful. The new system is simpler and offers fewer, more meaningful upgrades. I hate auto-aim because it takes the skill out of the game. Why did you make it better? Will you remove it? And Supercell replies saying, we'd like to make this feature as good as it can be, and then we can evaluate it. It makes entering the game easier, but winning high skill games are definitely not just spamming the auto-aim. High skill games require you to know when to use auto-aim and when to use manual aiming. We'll be watching closely how these new balance changes affect the game, and we'll be intently listening to your feedback. If something's broken, we will fix it. Why isn't there a tap to shoot option? Supercell reply, tap to shoot requires a very uncomfortable hand position in landscape. We prefer having a single control method. Otherwise, in order to compete at a high level, players would be forced to use the most effective method. The new controls offer a much more comfortable playing experience at the expense of slightly worse aiming. That being said, the decision is not final. We're going to continue tweaking the controls and see what works best. And finally, why haven't you implemented community requests like new brawlers, new maps, and new game modes? Supercell reply, while we're in soft launch, our only goal is to learn, test, and prove that the game is global worthy. Our eyes are on the prize. We already know that releasing new brawlers is fantastic for the game, which means that we cannot learn anything more from releasing new brawlers. That being said, we're still working on these things and more brawlers is on our to-do list, guys. What is so good to see, guys, is that this is already receiving a really positive response on Reddit. A lot of comments are coming in, really constructive and really positive, making such a big change since the last update, guys. I'm so happy for the future of Brawl Stars. I really hope that you are too. But that's going to wrap up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, head on down to the like button, grab it, smash it, and while you're at it, subscribe for more future content. Until next time, keep calm, game on, but most importantly, keep your brawls epic.